So, faith to me begins before faith in myself and before faith in other people. It starts with the question of foundation. Before I trust my emotions, my instincts, my relationships, or even my own strength, I have to ask myself, what am I standing on? What is steady enough to carry the weight of a human life? The questions, the losses, the joy, the disappointment, the becoming. For me, that foundation is my belief in God. I've had people ask me why I would place my faith in something that I can't see, or something that hasn't been quote unquote proven in the way the world demands proof. And I understand the question. I mean, we live in a time where everything is measured, everything's tested, revised, and replaced. But that's actually why I can't place my ultimate trust in the world itself. You see, everything here changes. People change. Circumstances change. Even truth, whatever you want to call the truth, feels temporary. One day we're told something is the healthiest thing you can consume, and then the next day there's 1,000 alternatives because what we trusted before is suddenly harmful. If something as simple as that can shift so quickly, how can I anchor my entire life to systems, to opinions, or people that are just as fragile? When changes in life become too heavy, and they do all the time, I'm going to fall. You're going to fall. That part isn't failure, it's human. It's inevitable. The real question is not if we fall, but what do we fall back on? I can't place my trust in something that might move when I need it the most. People can stand behind me, and sometimes they will stay, and sometimes they won't. And that doesn't make them bad. It just makes them human. They might not know how to hold the weight of my fall. They might not be strong enough, or they may simply be falling themselves. And trusting myself alone doesn't work either. And I've tried many times. Because you can't be behind yourself when you fall. Whatever strength, whatever clarity or courage I need in that moment, I often don't have, because I'm falling for a reason. I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired, I'm hurting, I'm at the edge of my capacity. So whoever I place my faith in has to be greater than me, has to be firm, has to be present even when I'm not. Someone had to create me. Someone had to design my body, my mind, my soul. I could say I trust my mother. Yeah, I could say I trust my father, the people who raised me, and I do. But even they were created by someone else. And they were created by someone else. And someone created my ancestors. And if I keep tracing it back, my parents had parents, and they had parents, and they had parents. The world had to come from somewhere. Existence itself had to be spoken into being. And to me, all of it points back to one source, an ultimate creator. A creator who made the stars, who made the earth, who made time itself, who made you with apparently the same things stars are made of. That creator, that same creator made you, made me. So to me, that's the only place that makes sense to place my full trust. And when I fall, because I do, I don't fall clean. I fall with worry. I fall with tears. I fall with doubt. I fall with embarrassment. I fall with the feeling that I failed, that I should have known better, that I didn't live up to what I hoped to be. But when my trust is in God, I don't just fall into emptiness. I fall into His hands. And not only do those hands catch me, they hold everything that came with the fall. The fear, the shame, the weight, the questions that don't have answers yet. So faith for me is ultimately tested when it's time for me to get up. Do I get up carrying every mistake, every worry, every regret back onto my shoulders? Or do I leave them where they fell? Because if I pick them up again, then I didn't really trust God with them in the first place. Faith isn't proven in how strong I look. It's proven in what I'm willing to release. And in this world, man, the way I see it, faith is not optional. There's too much happening. There's too much division. There's too much noise. There's too many hearts that have been growing cold. Everyone places their faith somewhere. Everyone places their faith somewhere. Whether it's in a person, in themselves. Some people place their faith in money, in control, in approval. Faith will always go into something or someone, whether greater than us, equal to us, or smaller than us. And I would rather place my faith in something greater. Someone who knows more than I do, feels more than I do, sees more than I ever could. Someone whose strength is enough to carry me and you and everyone else when we fall. If my foundation is firm, then I can keep going. Not because life is easy, but because I am held. You may not be able to see God, but there are many things we trust every single day that we cannot see. You cannot see the air that you breathe. You can't see the love that you feel, the gravity, the time. You can't even see Wi-Fi. You see the modem. You see the vessel in which the Wi-Fi is working through, but you can't see the Wi-Fi. Yet you live by them. You live by these things. So just because something is invisible doesn't mean it isn't real or deeply experienced. So I choose to place my faith in the one who became flesh, who stepped into my weaknesses and took my place in the greatest act of sacrifice and love that this world has ever known, has ever heard, and will ever know. I would rather live by faith than attempt to survive this life on my own strength or on the strength that's borrowed from others. Us humans, we're a marvelous creation. But even then, we can only sustain so much. Our limits are a design, because in a weird way, that's how God's glorified. If you are limitless, then there's no need for God. There's no need for you to put your faith in anything else than yourself. But we're not perfect, and we're not limitless. And by that design, we don't have to carry what was never meant to be carried alone. And I mean, I tell you, it's the only place that I can really put my faith. And that's where I abide.